Hello and welcome to Teaching Digital Communications for Elementary Students. My name is Noelle Chicoine-Norman and I am a student at Post University Master of Education program. Teaching in person can be hard, but what about teaching in the digital world? In the next few slides, I will discuss and reflect on my experiences of working with a few of the digital communication tools for elementary education students. During this week's unit, we worked on multimedia like video, imaging, and storytelling presentations formats. I need to create a video to overview about digital communications, which is one of the 9 elements of digital citizenship. I quickly learned that it was not easy, as I thought. But then a few hours later, I completed the assignment. I was proud of it, but I knew it was not my best work since it was my first time doing a video presentation. I feel in the next few slides, I've improved with that. Forms of digital communication. You know the saying that goes, "It takes a village to raise a child"? The truth is, it also takes a village to educate a child. If we aren't communicating with families, then we're working twice as hard to not only support the students and hold them accountable during school hours, but also after school. So, as we educate young children and students, we must educate the families as well. I have had some experience with a few of the favorites seen on this slide. So some of them that I've had experiences with were Google Classroom, Google Forms, Zoom, and ClassDojo. In my classroom where I teach pre-K students, I use Zoom and ClassDojo. I have used other forms, but these two are the best for my grade. I have found that digital communications throughout this course is important, and with that being in this class online, I had to be able to express myself using digital citizenship. I like human communications, but learning to adapt quickly to the changing assignments was important. It is difficult to just do online communication. Working with students during the pandemic was hard last year because the pre-K students didn't know how to do that. I working with them, they didn't have the skills to work online. It was a learning curve for all of us. But with this grade level, it was definitely a challenge. As you can see from the slides, the tools that may have been used during the pandemic and/or on and beyond to communicate digitally in our world. Zoom. Zoom gives you an opportunity to connect via video with students and families all over the world. It has been used to bring field trips to the classroom, speakers to events, and everywhere that you have connections to the internet. The way I used it during the pandemic was to have small groups and individual lessons with students. Having students on Zoom can be challenging because of their attention span. They're really little. The other thing that is a challenge with Zoom is access to the internet. So when they didn't have it and weren't able to have access, they were able to connect to Dojo. They were able to send pictures. Please take a moment to take a look at my videos. So in Class Dojo, Class Dojo is an app for parents and teachers that they can be able to be connected digitally on any device. So in video 1, you'll notice that you'll able to see how Class Dojo works for teachers and parents. In the second video, you'll see how it is connected to the students, how the students are able to connect. In my classroom, I use the apps to communicate with families and about their day. I am able to blog what to do in the classroom throughout the class story. In the class story, we can post pictures, videos, and what happens that day for the parents of the class only. This page is only for students and parents that are given the link. So the security is tight about the app. The team at Class Dojo listens to their users and updates the app regularly. As I mentioned, security, it made me think about the security of the 9 elements in digital, one of the 9 elements in digital communications. The students are able to use the portfolio to select section and select abilities to be creative, be drawing, writing, and doing worksheets. On my end as a teacher, I am able to be part of a Facebook community of students that uses Class Dojo to collaborate with ideas of new ways to help Class Dojo program to work with teachers and families to better their program.
Communicating
Wasn't this a great way to get connected with families? Our next slide talks about Google Classroom. Google Classroom is another way to communicate with students and families. It allows you to differentiate learning paths for each student. In my school, students from grade 3 through 8th use this for work assignments, small groups, and collaboration. It is a community of is a communication tool for families to see if there are any homework assignments or connect to teachers. Students connect with the teachers within the Google Classroom by a group setting or privately. The teachers can use the whole Google platform like Google Drive, Google Docs, and Google Meets, to name a few. The students learn to use these tools to communicate in a digital world, which will connect them to the real world after graduation and beyond. To use Google Classroom, you must have Google Suites account. So some corporations use the Google platform to do teamwork. So please take a look at my Google Classroom and how it's set up if you are interested in using Google Classroom. In conclusion, there are many tools to digitally communicate out there. As I stated in my second slide, these tools are just one of the ones that I use in my classroom. Please take a moment to look at the videos, like I said before, and maybe you will learn a thing or two. I sure did. Thanks for watching.